Welcome to Brunettes Who Bitch, where the sports are hot, the takes are hotter, and we don't hold back because life's too short to sugarcoat anything.
Yeah, we know we've been MIA, but don't get it twisted. Your favorite bitches didn't fall off. We've just been booked, busy, and a little bit messy. So consider this our official comeback tour. Well, you've been wondering where the hell we went. We've been living, thriving, and maybe spiraling just a teeny tiny little bit. Now we're ready to spill it all. Roll the montage. Let's catch you up. Let's rewind to the start of this hot mess of a beautiful summer. First off, this girl was booked and busy. My sister and I both graduated, which meant double the diplomas, double the family chaos, and double the cake, obviously. My graduation ceremony took me up to Ottawa, which meant Parliament Hill tours and some really bang ass food. We had drinks at this really cool tavern too that overlooked the Rideau Canal, and I 10 out of 10 would recommend. I absolutely forget the name of it. No, I didn't have enough drinks to forget it. I just don't go there often. Anyway, we followed that up with a big celebration for Canada Day, complete with red and white fits, a whole lot of food, and a free concert in the local park, followed by some fireworks. Yay for Canada's birthday. I wish I got fireworks for my birthday. When I wasn't shoving my face with cake or celebrating with fireworks, the sports girly was living it up on the basketball court. Me and my friends were out there every week, like we had scouts in the stands, and we're about to be drafted into the big leagues. Sorry to disappoint, no WNBA contract yet. I'm still waiting for my call. In all seriousness, it was an absolute blast. We got our asses absolutely kicked because we were playing against some pretty talented people who have some varsity experience. But overall, we had a great fucking time, and I loved being able to be back on the court. Being an athlete is one of my favorite things, and I look forward to this league literally every summer, even if I do lose almost every game. In between hooping, my family and I celebrated our annual motorcycle rally with concerts from Theory of a Deadman, Mitchell Tenpenny, and Carly Pierce, which were absolutely amazing. I love our little rallies here in our town. It's truly the best thing ever. There's a huge motorcycle ride that actually my dad rode in this year, so we cheered him on while he did that and just like experienced it and explored it and loved every second of it. The motorcycle rally is one of the best things about my summer. Um, I also decided to take a trip to Disney mid-July, which, was super smart because who doesn't love seeing Mickey Mouse? My best friend and I definitely sweat off every single calorie that we ate because wow, was it hot down there. Holy smokes. Not only that, we did a 19 and a half hour day on just 4.5 hours of sleep. Four parks one day, that was definitely something. It's got to be done at least once, but I was exhausted by the end of it. Like, truly, I don't think my feet could have moved anymore, even if I tried. And I know I said I graduated earlier, but I decided to casually traumatize myself midsummer with some exams because guess what? I'm back in school. Yes, willingly. No, I'm not okay. I think my brain might actively be exploding. It's kind of a lot, especially when you work full time, but you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? And not that we're keeping count, but the concerts continue to rack up. Jake Owen, I went and saw him with Uncle Cracker and got to high five the guy, which was pretty cool if you ask me. Benson Boone, saw him flip off just about every stage piece he had, but we got a great time, and we got to meet him after, which was pretty cool. He's a really nice dude. I enjoyed it. And of course, the Jonas Brothers were in town, and you know that I saw them. And our girl Ashley came to see them with me, which was absolutely amazing. Her and I got to spend the weekend together, which was great for some bestie rest and relaxation. We took a little beach getaway to Grand Bend and spent the day on the beach soaking up the last of summer before hockey season finally rolls in and we're ready to bundle up and cheer on our team. Or yell at the refs in her case. And tragically, I regret to share that I did end up getting my wisdom teeth out at the end of the summer. No, I'm not sharing pictures. Yes, it sucked and I hated every minute of it. If I never eat another bowl of soup again, I'll be so happy. In all honesty, it truly wasn't the worst thing I've ever experienced, and the recovery was relatively okay. I just kept getting sick throughout the process, which did not help at all. And my mouth still hurts every once in a while. So, I also don't love washing out the sockets because that's kind of nasty. Anywho, here's the real plot twist of the summer you've all been waiting for. For someone who has avoided the sport as much as possible, simply because watching it on TV was not my vibe, I am now a full-blown baseball girly. My boyfriend got me into it, and somehow I've turned into a Detroit Tigers fan. Didn't see that coming at all, but here we are. I even know players' names and willingly will put the games on TV. Who am I? Not sure, but I might actually be an alien now. I don't know. I've become a quick study on the sport though, and have actually really started to enjoy it. We went to quite a few games this summer, and just really got to experience Comerica Park and the Tigers atmosphere, and it was truly one of the best things ever. Um, I'm really enjoying being a Tigers fan now, except for the part where we lost the game the other day and wound up as the sixth seed for playoffs. But I'm recording this on September 30th, and we did win the playoff game today, so I will take it. I am just hoping to God that we continue to win the games. It would be nice. For some reason, though, I just continuously choose disappointment with my sports team, so I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. Um, and yes, I went back to Disney in September because, once wasn't enough, and I make great financial decisions. I love Mickey Mouse, and no one will ever change that. Let me live. Don't judge me. When I wasn't doing all that, I was pretty much buried at my desk at work, just trying to get through the day and, fund all of these crazy things I've done this summer. That pretty much sums it up. Not the most adventurous summer, but it sure was something, and I made a lot of fantastic memories. And now that you've heard all about my somewhat crazy summer, you get to hear all about how the next brunette has been putting in the overtime hours so she can move closer to the teams who dictate her daily mood, and how Ben Rice has become her new personality trait.
Thank you so much for getting this podcast episode started. Couldn't even tell you where to begin on what my summer was like. All I know is that I feel like I spent more time in my car than in my own bed. And you know what? Sometimes that's okay. So I guess I'll go into a little bit of detail about what I've been up to this summer. Let's start from the beginning. Back in June, one of my friends from college got married, so I went to her wedding. It's a very beautiful venue. Absolutely loved it. It was gorgeous there, and the weather was stunning. Got to see all of my friends from college. It was a nice little reunion, like definitely a cool experience. And it's always so interesting, like when people your age get married because you're so young. Like I still feel like a child. And so when people my age are getting married, I'm like, wow, like maybe I should step it up. What else? July 9th was my 24th birthday. Me and my family went to Cracker Barrel because I am a Cracker Barrel enthusiast. I absolutely love the chicken and dumplings there. I get Hear me out on this one, okay? I get chicken and dumplings with three sides. One of the sides being additional dumplings, because you can never have too many dumplings. They're fantastic. The second side, the mac and cheese, and then the third side being the fried apples. I'm telling you, it's so good. It's so good. I like Cracker Barrel is like 40% of my personality. When I was younger, my brother was a really big fan of like WWE, and they were having like one of their Monday Night Raws at one of the arenas near my house, near like an hour away, but still. Um, and for Christmas one year, my parents bought him tickets to go see it. And at that very point in time, I was kind of a Justin Bieber fan. Not kind of, I was. And that same Christmas, I see an envelope for addressed to me under the tree from my parents. And in my head, I'm like, wow, my brother just got tickets to go see wrestling, which he absolutely loves. Could these be Justin Bieber tickets? I open it up and it's a card. And they were like, sorry, like we couldn't get you tickets to see Justin Bieber, but in that card was a gift card to Cracker Barrel. And do you know between Cracker Barrel and Justin Bieber, which ones I still like? Cracker Barrel. I don't think I've like willingly sat down and listened to Justin Bieber as like a fan in over a decade. Whereas every single opportunity I get to have Cracker Barrel, I will. And that's just who I am. I love Cracker Barrel so much, which is why I went there for my 24th birthday. What else happened in July? So much. I literally did so much but so little all at the same time. When I wasn't working, which summertime was literally insane. Like, I mean, right now is kind of insane because I literally work like every day, but it's okay. Like, I'm, I'll go into further detail on this in a second. But so when I wasn't working, I was like constantly driving places to go visit my friends. In the second half of July, I went to Connecticut to hang out with my friend Madison, who has been on this podcast before. Um, and we went to the shoulder check. A bunch of NHL players came and like played in this like game. So I went to shoulder check with my friend Madison, and I got to meet Brett Pesci, which I had met him already before, like probably like 2 months before that. He definitely did not recognize me, but it was good to see him. I say that as if I'm like his close friend from fucking high school or something. Originally, I was not gonna go because I was like, it's gonna be almost impossible for me to get the time off because work is busy, it's summertime, everyone wants to do stuff. And then all of a sudden, my friend Madison sends like this post from the shoulder check, and it's like, oh my god, Brad Pesci's gonna be there. And I was like I have to go. Like I have to go to shoulder check because I love Brad Pesci. Other than Luke Hughes, who right now is like currently unemployed. I don't know if he's gonna be unemployed by the time this goes up. Hopefully he's not, because get that fucking contract signed. Um, but other than Luke Hughes, Brett Pesci is my favorite defenseman. I absolutely love Brett Pesci. I'm actually Twitter mutuals with his dad, which I still think is so fucking crazy, but not the point. But yeah, so she sent me that and she was like, "Oh my god, Brett Pesci's gonna be there," and I was like, "I'm going." I will literally beg for the day off. I am going, and so I went, and I had so much fun. And Brett Pesci signed my Brett Pesci jersey, so like I don't know. But yeah, so after shoulder check, what else did I do? I went to a couple of concerts this summer. First week of August, me and Madison once again went to see Big Time Rush. Um, Childhood dream right there. Every single time Big Time Rush is in the area, I am sad I'm going because that's literally my childhood. I will make a funny poster and hope to be the worldwide girl every single time. Um, but yeah. What else? Then a week later, I traveled down to just the tri-state area, I guess I'll call it, and I stayed at Ashley's house. I actually, it's so funny, for the first time, 3 out of 4 of the brunettes were within the vicinity of each other. I literally met Sam in person for the first time at the Jonas Brothers concert that I went to with them. And I think that's so funny. But yeah, so I traveled down to Ashley's house. Uh, what did we do? Oh, I got to her house at like 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that. Didn't wake up until about no, didn't fall asleep until about 3 a.m. We woke up at 7 and went to the beach. Because I was tired, I fell asleep on the beach and then I got the worst sunburn on my back ever. Like back of legs. My legs were terrible. Oh my god. Like you would have thought somebody ripped my skin off and it was just the muscle underneath. That might be a little too descriptive, but it's fine. Um yeah, so we went to the beach. I fell asleep. I got a really bad sunburn. And then we went to the Yankees game. I think they played the Astros that game. We did lose, which sucks because that I don't it's so funny. I think that game that we went to is kind of what started my now my mood depends on how the Yankees are playing. And so now I have two different teams that like if they lose, it's the worst day ever. Like I and it's so funny. I think I probably text Ashley like every single time the Yankees play and I have the day off. Ben Rice never plays. And I love Ben Rice. Ben Rice is my favorite player. Ben Rice is probably the reason why I'm such a big Yankees fan. So shout out to Ben Rice for helping the Yankees get one more fan. Like I I don't know. I'm too funny. But so he never plays in the games that happen when I have the night off. But when I work, he suddenly has masterclass games. Like last night, I'm pretty sure he got 2 home runs in one game. I couldn't watch it. I was taking a train back to Albany from New York City. Like, of course, he's going to have a great game. He is the MLB equivalent of Luke Hughes because Luke Hughes always scores goals when I'm not at the game or I'm not watching. And I'm like, when will it be my turn? Like, can you please give me a fucking break? and let me enjoy watching this sport for once. But it's fine. Anyways, so back to the weekend, because that all happened in one day. Um, but starting at that game that literally like I'm not obsessed, but I also care too much about baseball now. And like I'm starting to learn things about it. And before I just knew that the players had nice butts. But yeah, anyways, that's enough about that. Um went to the Jonas Brothers concert. It was awesome. They brought out Demi Lovato. We went to MetLife, which was their like hometown show. Um and I literally had such a great time that I was like, "Oh, they're going to be in Saratoga in I think it was 2 weeks from then." And I was like, "I live 30 minutes from Saratoga. I'm going." Did I spend about $250 on that? Yes. Do I regret it? No. I was like 15 feet away from Joe Jonas when he was singing Vacation Eyes. Oh, yeah, thank you. Sorry. Didn't mean to yell in your ear. Um, but yeah, so went to the Jonas Brothers a lot. And then my TikTok For You page was like only the Jonas Brothers for like at least 3 weeks. And I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm not. They are beautiful men. I love all of them so much. What else happened in August? I have been working because I've been saving up because I intend on moving out of my parents' house. But I also plan on moving about 3 hours away from my parents' house. And I'm very excited because it's going to be much, much closer to my friends who I always have to constantly drive 3 hours if I want to go and see them, which once I move and fingers crossed, I find a place, I will be much, much closer. And I mean, I will also be much, much closer to the arena and stadium and blah 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 of the teams that I watch that dictate my mood. But like it's fine. It's okay because I'm a season ticket holder for the Devils now, which I'm also paying that off. Because logically, like financially, it was the smarter decision because I was going to like 15, 20 odd games a season. And like sometimes I'd be spending like 80 to $100 per ticket. Some of the tickets, the home opener last year against Toronto was like $200 a pop. And I was like, this is crazy. I'm spending so much money. Like, there's got to be a cheaper alternative. But like, I'm also not going to stop going to games because I love hockey. Do I wish I didn't? Sometimes. But it's fine. But so logically, I was like, well, I can sell whatever tickets I can't go to. Like, I have so many friends that are like not season ticket holders and I'm like, yo, like if you need a ticket, let me know because I'm not gonna make it to every single game, obviously. But like now I don't have to worry about like finding a ticket. I already have it. It's just a matter of do I want to go or not. And once I live closer, it'll be much easier to be like spur of the moment. Oh, I live like 20 minutes away. Blah. You know? Anyways, so season ticket holder, saving up to move because I miss my friends all the time. This is like the sad part about being an adult is that you find friends that live absolutely nowhere near you. And then when you want to do stuff, you're like, who the heck am I supposed to do it with? Like, none of my friends from high school live in our hometown anymore. There's maybe like three of us. And like, I don't want to be here anymore. I really don't. I really don't. Um, I need to get the fuck out of here. Sorry, I'm projecting my emotions. It's fine. It's fine. But what was I saying? Oh, I guess I can still just talk about hockey because the entire month of September, well, not the entire month of September, 2 Sundays in a row, I was at preseason games. Did they lose both of them? Yes. I was just there for the vibes. I had the ticket already. I literally didn't spend any money. The only money I spent was $12 on New Jersey Transit tickets and whatever my Surfside drinks that I bought at the Prudential Center were. And then, okay, I'm also like, there's like the little tipping option afterwards on the thing. I always leave a tip. I mean, I'm a waitress, so like I always feel obligated to leave a tip. I think maybe one time I didn't, and it was because I went through like a self-serve thing, and I was like, who the fuck would I be tipping here? There ain't nobody. But then there was like this one, like you grab the drink yourself, but then the people like crack it open and blah 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 and talk to you and all that. And I tipped one of the people because she said my eyes reminded her of Megan Fox's, and it really did boost my ego. I love that lady. I don't know her name, but I'm really hoping she's there at the next game I go to so I can find her. I'm gonna be like, I'm Megan Fox. Hi, bestie. She was such a sweetheart. I feel like I'm like definitely forgetting something major that I did this summer, but I am just so exhausted because I went apartment hunting. That's why. So it was so funny. Saturday, me and my mom drove down to Jersey to look at a couple of apartments, found some pretty nice ones. Blah blah blah. We were there for like 4 or 5 hours looking at places, which was pretty convenient. Like it didn't take us very long. And then we drove home, and then Sunday morning, I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I had to wake up at like 6:30, maybe 7 o'clock. I don't know, because I had to leave the house at 8:30 to drive to Albany to catch a train down to New Jersey. I think it's so funny. I was in New Jersey 2 days in a row, but I slept in my own bed every single night. Like, okay, don't know how that makes sense, but it does. It was cheaper to do that than it would be to have paid for a hotel. And that's where I can justify it, you know? That is about it. I'm going to pass it off to the next brunette who spent her time vacationing, trying to find some inner peace, but definitely found some more airline miles along the way. She's been basically everywhere but here. And after like 3 long months, she's finally found her way back to the mic. But no negative connotation to that. So let's hear about that.
Alright, let's talk about why I've been MIA, because honestly my summer was less of a break and more of a full-blown world tour. We're kicking things off with the Jonas Brothers. Duh. And not just any show. An intimate rehearsal. They opened their tour rehearsals to just a couple hundred people, and I was one of them. We were right there. None of the nosebleeds. Basically like on stage. And it wasn't a formal concert. They were just yapping, cracking jokes, giving us an inside look at what their behind-the-scenes tour rehearsal looks like. And then, Nick Jonas sang Bacon. Like, hello? I screamed, I cried. I'm shocked I didn't die. It was one of those surreal nights that made me feel like I was part of their little family. Then, because hockey never sleeps in my world, I hit up Devil's Development Camp. Say that 3 times quick. Hockey in July just feels wrong, but also so right. Watching the baby players skate around is like the fandom version of babysitting, and I'm living for it. Next stop, Pittsburgh. But not just for baseball, for Mac Miller. I did all the Mac Miller things. Blue Slide Park, Frick Park Market, the murals, soaking up everything that city built for him. And then we went over to PNC Park because they were giving away a Mac Miller bobblehead at Met Stadium. Don't even get me started. You've got baseball, you've got a skyline, you've got bridges everywhere. Obsessed doesn't even cover it. It was beautiful. Best stadium I've ever been to. It's probably my new Roman Empire. And speaking of Rome, let's talk about the real deal, Rome. Rome. This trip changed my life. I went through the holy doors, met people from literally all over the world, and built this community of humans who just radiated love. Every second felt like God was showing me, yeah, you're exactly where you're meant to be. I swam in the Mediterranean Sea, which, by the way, saltiest water on the planet. Ate pistachio, or pistachio, as they pronounce it, gelato, like it was my job. I didn't even stop to souvenir shop because I was too busy living life. Trevi Fountain, the Coliseum, the Jubilee itself, unspeakably special. I will never stop talking about it. Back in New York, I basically lived at Yankee Stadium. Whether it was with Jay, Mom, or, of course, Kate. Taking Kate's my favorite because I get to play baseball teacher. She's learning the rules, the rituals, and the sacred art of being a bleacher creature. Plus, she's obsessed with Ben Rice, so she's already locked in. And my mom, she's the one who gave me my Yankees love, so those games are always special too. Then, Jonas Brothers at MetLife, opening night of the tour. They brought out Demi Lovato. They brought out Jesse McCartney, saying wouldn't change a thing from Camp Rock 2. It was giving 2009 Fever Dream, but in the best way. Nick saying bacon again. I cried again, because apparently that's my brand now. MetLife was a whole experience that night. Mixed into all that chaos were the little but huge moments, like Miss Mia Parker turning 1. I don't know how she's already 1. A couple trips to Atlantic City with my mom, and to Stone Harbor to get some sticky buns. And Sam's bridal shower, which was special because we got to love on Sam and I barely see her, so. And after that came Detroit. Jonas Brothers and Boys Like Girls with Lauren. My top 2 favorite bands of all time in one night. Boys Like Girls played The Great Escape. Boys Like Girls played Thunder. They played Love Drunk. They played Hero. I cried. I completely lost my mind. Emotional screaming, crying, no voice left. The Jonas Brothers brought out Russell Dickerson. Very on brand for their surprises. Very unexpected. Loved it. It was the best night of my life, period. From there, crossed the border to Canada to spend the weekend with Lauren. She lives right on a Great Lake, and then we hit Grand Bend, which is on another one, so basically I was living my best beach town life. Canada was underrated. It was chill, fun, and exactly the vibe I needed. And it's nice when you see your Canadian bestie more than through a FaceTime screen. After Canada came Hershey, party on Saturday, falling in reverse on Sunday, and all the s'mores you can eat in between. Tell me a better weekend. You can't. Hardy is one of the best performers I've ever seen live. Every single song hits. And Ronnie, he's just such an asshole, but like in the funniest way. The combo of Country One Night and Scream Your Lungs Out Rock the next night, elite. So healing to the soul. And somewhere in the middle of all this madness, I turned 31. And I did it Proverbs 31 style, clothed in strength and dignity, laughing at the days to come. It was low-key, but it was perfect. Brooklyn Bridge Park with Mom, cute pictures, soaking up the time with the people I love. Cake at my house, nothing extravagant. Exactly how I wanted it. And then, to wrap it all up, Myrtle Beach. My summer finale. Sunrise to sunset on the beach, soaking up the sun, hitting up the piano bar, letting my whole body just exhale after months of chaos. It was pure relaxation, pure reset, and the perfect ending to my summer world tour. So, yeah, I've been MIA, but at least I've been iconic about it. And while I've been busy running around like a chaotic groupie on vacation mode, the next brunette has been busy living her full bride life, planning a wedding and doing all the Pinterest perfect bridecore things. So let's hear about her summer. Bye.
Well, I guess that just leaves me. And please don't mind my little mini mic that I am using if you are watching a YouTube version of this because my original mic just crapped out on me while I'm recording this. So this is my second shot of doing this for you guys. So there's that. So it's no secret that I'm planning a wedding. And I am currently 39 days out from it, from when I'm recording this, when you're listening to this or watching this, it is 38 days away. That's terrifying. But my summer has been uneventful because I have been planning, whether it be the bridal shower or something for my wedding, getting Matt's suit, doing our food tasting, and all that jazz, getting ready for our wedding. But we have had some wholesome moments, and we also had life-changing moments, and I'm going to share that with you guys. So please bear with me, especially if I yap. We're going to start off with June. Hello, voice. Where did my voice go? June. We're going to start off with June. The first week of June has been the most wholesome moment probably of the entire year because we got a puppy and his name is Jet. He's a little black, but honestly, we don't know what he is. We want to do the DNA test on him because he started off looking like a pitty, but now he looks more of a lab, and I don't think he has pitty in him, so I got to figure it out. But anywho, we got him. It was a life-changing moment in a sense because this is Matt and I's first fur baby and our first fur baby in our first place ever. So it's kind of crazy to think that we have a dog. So it's kind of crazy to think that's how my summer started off, with a brand new puppy. And I literally took him everywhere with me, from going to work, my parents' house, his parents' house. He went above and beyond on going everywhere with me. And he has his bed in the front seat of my car, and it doesn't move. It just stays there. Complimentary of him. If Matt wants to sit, Matt will either sit on it or in the back. Take it or leave it. But we're going to fast forward to... we're going to skip over me getting my wisdom tooth out because that was not a good time that I do not want to relive, because that was probably the most chaotic experience of my life. And doctors can really think that you're just bluffing on certain things until you actually have another doctor saying, she needs help. So we're just going to ignore and brush over that. I got my wisdom tooth out, very severely infected, was not okay. I cried waking up. We're going to fast forward to July. July, I will be completely honest with you. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. I think the most exciting thing that has happened in July was the fact that Matt and I went to go for our food tasting for the wedding. And this may not be common knowledge because Matt and I were kind of thrown for a loop in this sense, but you cannot pick a venue anymore, or you never could, I don't know, but you can't pick a wedding venue and taste the food at the same time. It's pick the venue, then do the food tasting. It's not together. I don't know if my venue is weird and just does that, but we got very lucky that the food was absolutely delicious, and Matt is a very picky, rephrase, Matt is not a picky eater. He's just a very harsh critic. And when I say he enjoyed the food, it was a win. We scored. We won. He has a taco bar at the wedding, okay? He wins the wedding day, okay? Just purely from tacos. So the food tasting was great. I got my dress. I picked up my dress, and Matt picked out his suit, and he got it custom made. I don't know what it looks like. I just was there for him to pick out the colors and the groomsmen colors. And ever since then, Matt's like, okay, you can't see it, because he also wants it to be a secret and a surprise, which is kind of cute because we're both doing first looks. Oh my God. It just hit me that I'm really changing my last name in a couple of weeks. I'm sorry. I can't get emotional. I really can't get emotional because Ashley's going to slap me through the camera, and she's also going to see me next week. She's going to slap me in person for being emotional on the podcast. So I apologize, mainly just to Ashley, because we hate emotions here. Or I hate emotions. Okay. Then August, the Brunettes met up. We went to the Jonas Brothers. And of course, we were at MetLife Stadium. And if you follow the Jonas Brothers and you know what this tour is, we got Demi Lovato. We got Demi freaking Lovato. Don't get me wrong, I am very jealous of the show after us. I got All Time Low because I am an All Time Low girly. We still got Demi Lovato, and I can't be mad about it. Can't be mad about it. But I am. No, I'm good. But the Jonas Brothers was great. I'm a big concert girly. I would say that's probably my top 3 concerts, and I've been to a lot of them in my lifetime. Cody Johnson's still my number 1. I'm sorry, I'm very biased there because he's my favorite music artist. So Cody Johnson, you are number 1 and always will be number 1. Bless up. Anyway, Then my bridal shower came at the end of August. And when I tell you, I was probably the most emotional that day I have been since the wedding planning has started. I don't think I showed my family emotion. I don't even think I showed mad emotion. I couldn't even tell you where it came from, but I wanted to say thank you to my mom in front of everybody because my mom is a blessing and she has done so much for me in this whole planning process. And I ended up tearing up and getting all choked up and started saying, thank you for good, something like that. I don't know, but but my cousin hugged me when she was saying goodbye and to head home, and she's like, in my entire life of knowing you, I have not seen you cry. I have not seen you get emotional like that. That's when you know it's real, when I'm getting emotional in front of people, because I really don't do that. I don't show emotions in front of people often. I really have to trust you in order to do that. But that's besides the point. So once the bridal shower ended, a major life-changing moment has happened to me. And this is coming from a place in my professional work. And this is probably my top 3 favorite things, or top 3 blessings of this year. And the biggest blessing, or second blessing, because I'm counting my bridal shower as a good blessing, the second blessing of the summer, because my summer ended with me officially leaving a toxic work environment and joining a workforce and a staff that accepted me like I am home. I feel like I'm human. I am not just a coworker, I'm a person. And the reason why I say this is I'm not trying to bash on the former job I was at, because there are a couple of good people and great people there, but higher ups are a problem sometimes. And I was belittled, I was ridiculed, I was worked down to the bone. I was never given credit for certain things. It was always like, you have to do it this way, but I'll do it my way and it will work better. And they would never say good job. They would be like, okay, well, my way would also work too. That's not how that works. But anyway, I got myself out of that place. I did not have a new job locked down yet. This is me saying goodbye just by a toss up in the air, praying to God that I would be blessed with this kind of opportunity to get me out of this environment and into something that's going to make me passionate again. And it worked. It worked, and I took a chance. And to be honest with you, that's the chance that I needed to take on myself. And it worked out well in my favor. So, long story short, my passion is back for my career. And I am the first person in the office, and I'm usually the last person out of the office. And I'm usually the one working weekends and the long hours. But to be honest with you, I don't care anymore because I love what I do again. Oh, that's just like brush of fresh air. English. That was a breath of fresh air that I honestly have been dying to say for a while. But in the beginning of the year, Ashley and I always say to each other, give us a word to describe the upcoming year. And mine was embrace, because I have to embrace the changes that are coming towards me in the upcoming months and this entire year. Because not only am I changing my last name in a couple of weeks, aka almost at the end of this year, I am also changing career paths. I am changing directions in my life path. I am changing directions in so many different aspects in my life that I didn't think was even possible until it happened. You know, like, you don't realize certain things are meant for you or would happen to you until it does. And not only could you be grateful, overwhelmed, anxious, nervous, excited, it's something that you don't expect until it actually happens to you. So my little advice before I hop off here is me saying, just trust your gut, believe in yourself, embrace the change, and good things are always going to come to you, especially if you work for it. Period. So that's the tea on our summer disappearing act, and I apologize on behalf of all the brunettes for that. We are truly sorry. But don't get too comfy, because season 2 of Brunettes Who Bitch is about to be louder, messier, and bitchier than ever. We're talking hotter takes, pettier rants, and the kind of chaos only that we can serve. Buckle up, bitches, because we're back.